I'm Dr. Manoj Chadda, consultant endocrinologist at PD Hinduja Hospital, Mumbai. So, osteoporosis is something which is catching the attention of many doctors in multidisciplines. Unfortunately, till about 2 decades ago, we were talking about the communicable diseases like tuberculosis and typhoid and hepatitis. And then in the last decade or so, it's been focused on diabetes and heart disease and cholesterol. And somehow osteoporosis, which is an equally important non-communicable disease, has been left in the back. I hope now, as we are all aging, we start understanding the importance of osteoporosis in our lives, because basically it's a normal loss of bone which happens with age. In addition, during specific periods of, especially in the females, when they get pregnant or when they lactate, they tend to lose bone mass a little faster than the other people. I think we are doing a great job for getting the awareness on osteoporosis. But if you look at the global scenario, in terms of numbers, because of our population, because we are living longer, this problem is becoming a big issue. Unfortunately, we're not doing much as of now in terms of trying to prevent osteoporosis, because you need to first talk of prevention and then you can go into terms of management. But the Indian government has been now trying to talk about fortification of foodstuffs. So the basic thing about osteoporosis prevention is that you need to have good peak bone mass, which we normally achieve by the end of third decade. So if you want to talk in terms of preventing osteoporosis, then we need to start very early, probably when the child goes into school. Good amount of calcium, vitamin D from the sun, and good amount of physical activity, all of which seems to be lacking right now in our diet. And then as you grow older, you need to have a healthy lifestyle. The major problem is we've got a lot of research being done from India in terms of vitamin D deficiency. We are supposed to be a sunlight country, but you'll be surprised whether you look at data from the north, from west, from the south, where vitamin D deficiency is rampant across the classes, whether it's rich or poor, whether it's the health workers or the people working on the streets or working in the offices. So the major problem, I think, is because of lack of exposure to sunlight and not getting vitamin D in the diet. So Government of India is working towards fortification of foodstuff, whether it is milk or juice or dairy products or biscuits. So the major difference between the European countries and the US in terms of management or occurrence of osteoporosis is that they have fortification of foodstuff, which is something as of today is lacking, except for I think 1 or 2 states in the north, and I think Chandigarh is a union territory where you do get fortification of foodstuff. So the FRAX score is something which is easy to use. It's a score developed by WHO which tells us the risk of an individual to get an osteoporotic fracture. Let's get one thing clear, osteoporosis by itself is a very silent disease. You don't know that you have osteoporosis till you fracture. So everything that is directed towards management of osteoporosis is to prevent fracture. So you could do a fancy investigation which is not available in most parts of the country, that's called BMD. The other thing is this FRAX score, which was developed to give you a fracture risk. It's a 10 question questionnaire, and you answer that, put it online, and you get a score back which tells you the risk of hip fracture and non-vertebral fracture. So if the person is above a critical value, then you need to be more aggressive in management, and if it's below that, then you go for the regular preventive measures like diet and exercise and healthy lifestyle. Now FRAX actually came from UK and then it's gone across the world. Unfortunately, we don't have India specific FRAX score because we don't have hip fracture data, which is what is really necessary. If you go online and look at the FRAX score, you will get a FRAX India, but that is data from the South Asians in Singapore, and which is not truly Asian. Okay, part of it is Indian, And I think the ideal situation would be to collect fracture data from different parts of the country and pass it on to WHO and John Kennis, who's the man behind the FracScore. And that's what that is the Indian Society for Bone Mineral and Research, is working to get that done. So, Fracture Liaison Service, or FLS for short, is a service started by the International Osteoporosis Federation to help connect various orthopedic surgeons who may be very busy with their work to follow up these patients who had fracture. So you have a health worker connecting with a couple of centers and who collects data, who advises patients on what has to be done in terms of diet, calcium, medication, follow-up. We as a society have decided to take this as a project for 2017-18, and we have started working with about 6 pilot centers. Hopefully we'll get more people involved in this, and this would be a beginning towards getting enough fracture data so that hopefully in a year and a half or two we have data to give to WHO and John Kennis, and he can then give us a proper India specific FracScore. Future, I would say, is bright if we have people from different disciplines getting together. So as of now, we have the endocrinologists, rheumatologists, couple of orthopedic surgeons who are part of the ISBMR team. And I'm very hopeful we'll have more physicians, gynecologists who deal with the postmenopausal ladies, and anyone who's really interested in having a healthy age, because we are all aging, and as the life expectancy goes up, you're going to have more and more people developing osteoporosis. So it would be a great idea if we work towards preventing this disease instead of just talking in terms of drugs and fractures.